Moving on. So the next company to pitch is Nevercode and Martin Jarrett. Nevercode is a cloud-based continuous integration and delivery platform from Estonia. Martin, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Okay, let me try to get this presentation up. Okay, no.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Nevercode makes products for mobile developers, so they can release mobile apps faster. You would imagine that building a mobile app is complicated. Now try to picture building a cloud infrastructure to support the tests and the release process to the app stores. Much more harder. So that's what our product CodeMagic does. It automates this cloud infrastructure and release process. This is how it works. So we sync with this mobile development team's workflows. When they're making code changes together in the team, we automatically pick them up, validate them, send the team feedback, and if necessary, ship it to the app stores as well. So this is the full life cycle. If they don't use our product, it means that the development process is slow and they have a risk of shipping a faulty product. This is what the website looks like. So if you're building some mobile applications, you go on and you recognize your technology and you start using us. We have different pricing options. So we have freemium model where customer joins and they use 3 minutes. When this freemium expires, they can opt for pay-as-you-go. And when the pay-as-you-go reaches a certain point, they can opt for unlimited plan, which is this fixed. If they're enterprise, they require compliance. We charge them this pain in the ass charge. And if it's a big company like Google, then we offer this special contract with them. These are our customers. We don't sell to the big customers, so the C-level. This is just the development teams within those companies. This is what customers talk about us. So if we can make this cloud infrastructure product as simple and easy to use as possible, they're gonna like us. And they have. So Google conducted a survey where they ranked us against our competition, and we beat them by a landslide. And the reason for that is because we focus on mobile and we focus on our niche. This is our competitor. GitLab was valued approximately 3 billion 2 years ago. This is our ambition. But first, we need to solve some problems today. We're not raising money at the moment. We're planning it next year. We need to build a good go-to-market strategy, improve our messaging, and improve our product management as well, so that we understand customers and how to improve product market fit with features that we ship. But we can do it. We have an awesome team. Misha, for example, made the exit to Facebook with Masquerade. And I took over the company in 2019, where we were in debt and we were in a bad position. Today, we are profitable. We have 350K cash reserve and we're growing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Martin. Any questions from our jury?
I have a question here. Hi, Martin. It's Todor. So what is typically the use case for those teams in the bigger companies that are using your product?
So Toyota, for example, is building Lexus applications with us. And they don't have a dedicated developer operations team for their mobile department. So then they use our product because they don't want to hire this DevOps team. So they release the application, they run their tests, and we support them with the cloud infrastructure.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, I also have one question. When you look into web software development or PC software development, continuous integration, continuous deployment space has grown really fast, and there are big companies like Circle CI. When you dump it down to mobile, there are much less number of companies that were able to emerge, although mobile is also a mature space, been around for the past like 12, 13 years. Why do you think that is?
Because everybody focuses on Linux machines. Mobile requires iOS and macOS. And managing macOS is much more expensive than managing Linux machines. So there's only two big players in mobile space, Bitrise, which is our competitor, and us. And if we can just do the macOS part really well and focus on this release process to the app stores, then we can succeed with our product.
Follow-up question then, just a short one. I know that, I mean, you guys and Bitrise are the largest ones, but then again, comparing to other CI/CD spaces, it's very, very small. Is it because of the dependency of the platforms? Is it because it's easier to integrate, or because of the iOS focus that a lot of developers have? Like, what's the core reason behind that?
It's hard to comment. I think one of the main reasons is because there is an open source tool called Fastlane, which developers can use as an alternative. And therefore, the bigger players see this as, you know, they can do mobile with our platform using this Fastlane tool. And what we see it is different. Fastlane has been acquired by Google. There's no active development going on. It's going to die. So we see that we are going to replace them. Maybe they don't see it that way.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. If there are no questions, Martin, thanks for the pitch. We're moving on to our third participant. It's Tommy I and Konstantin Bayandin.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the stage to present Tommy I. Let me share my screen. Can you see my presentation now?
Yes.
Yeah, so let me make it full screen. Yeah, so my name is Konstantin Bayandin. I'm a founder and CEO of Tommy I. Let me start my, yeah. So Tommy I, what we do, we help companies with rare conversions and long and offline sales cycles to have more efficient Facebook and Google campaigns, as if you know, they are e-commerce companies with frequent and instant conversions. So the problems we are solving now is the problem of low conversion rates. Then the advertising platforms don't have enough conversions to optimize the online ads for. Also, like low quality of leads that the companies are getting in this space, and you know, not enough conversions again to do frequent A/B tests that you know either last too long or cost too much because of the cost of the final transaction. And also the companies in this area, you know, cannot optimize for the bottom of the funnel conversions, and we help them do that with predictive solution. And our long-term vision is to be a predictive marketing platform where we solve the needs of marketing technology and marketing science for our customers. So we are on a big market. By our estimate, it's a $20 billion opportunity on a $600 billion market for online ads. Roughly 1/3 of this market are the companies of our interest. These companies, like in traditional businesses, let's say non-e-commerce businesses, where they have weeks or months to close their sales cycles that are happening offline. And you know, with the COVID, especially, all these companies, you know, are moving into online with the, you know, increased speed. And we take you know, an estimate of 10% you know, fee for these kind of solutions, and we get to a 20 billion market opportunity. So, you know, like coming back to the problem. So if you take you know, a simple view on a funnel for the company, there is a broken feedback loop between the upper funnel events that are happening and the down the funnel conversions, and that's the key problem for the ad platforms to optimize for. How we solve it: we use first-party data, machine learning, and predictive models to predict the final bottom of a funnel conversions, and send the scores for the predicted business outcomes to the advertising platforms, so that they have more conversions, more online events, and the ability to optimize for the expected value for the business. As a result, our customers are getting, we optimize not for the leads, the upper funnel events, but more down the funnel kind of expected outcomes. And they may get more expensive contacts, but the quality of these contacts are improving. The conversion from the contact to the final conversion increases by 50–70% on average, and the value of the order also increases if they have the differentiation by the order, and as a result, the final return on investment for their campaigns is getting 50–100% better on average. We have good traction. We are at around 1 million ARR in September. We have 16 paying customers and growing really well. We plan to double in revenue by the end of the year and raise a Series A early next year. In terms of funding, we recently raised a pre-seed round of $1 million, and right now we are solving, working on 3 hypotheses. Is there a market? Is it hard to actually, connect a new customer? And how big is the churn for our kind of business? We have a great team. I myself have experience in e-commerce, both e-commerce and real estate digital marketing, and my business partner is an experienced C-level executive from a Fortune 500 bank. Thank you very much, and I'm glad to hear your questions.
Thank you, Konstantin, for such a great pitch. Gents from the jury, do you have any questions to Konstantin?
So, Konstantin, I hope you hear me. So first, nice to see another Stanford MBA in the region. There aren't many. And second, just wanted to make sure I understand sort of who your customer set is, as I wasn't sure I was clear as to whether you're integrating directly with the ad platforms and selling to them, or whether you're selling to clients who are then using the ad platforms and they use you as some kind of a plugin. I wasn't sure of how those kind of 3 pieces fit together.
Yeah, so we sell directly to our customers, and we also explore the channel of selling to the media agencies who run the ads for customers. We are a software service solution. We don't run the ads ourselves. We provide the technology to run them better. And we also integrate to the customers' ad accounts in Facebook and Google through the marketing APIs in order to deliver the actual calculations of our scores as synthetic microconversions, as we call them. So it's sales directly to the customers and using their credentials to connect to marketing APIs of ad platforms.
What's the payment model?
Yeah, so we charge 10% fee on top of the budget for companies that use our results of our work. These are the custom conversions that we send to Google and Facebook or predictive audiences, but not less than $5,000 per month.
Okay, Konstantin, thank you. We are running a bit out of time, so this was the last question here. So next company to present is coming out of Finland. Please meet Calculate, a financial reporting and forecasting platform, and the company's founder and CEO, Niko Laine.
Hello, everybody. I'm trying to present my screen here. Just one moment. All right. One moment. Can you see my screen and the Calculate logo here?
Yes.
Perfect. So hello, everybody. My name is Niko. I'm from Calculate, and Calculate is a financial analytics platform that enables anybody to be a pro CFO. Here's the problem. Financial data is really fragmented. It's hard to understand what the company's financial situation is, and access to that data is really siloed, which usually leads to bad business decisions. Here's the solution. So basically, we create automated financial analytics by accessing every single financial data there is from Stripe, from Gusto, Google Ads, CRM systems, etc., and build a unique combination of growth metrics, financial reporting, industry benchmarks, and access to funding. And using our service is extremely easy. In 15 minutes, you get your data into Calculate, and we've created a ready financial model for our customers. We are an extremely diverse and international team across Europe and the United States. We have 25 people in our team at the moment. And I'm jumping here to the first step of the Calculate service. So we basically create an automated set of financial analytics and KPIs for our customers. It's based on plug-and-play connectors. And the second step is that we basically create a Calculate IQ model, which relies on machine learning and AI to produce predictive analytics. For example, this can be used to for building a hiring plan for the sales team, choosing the best sales channels, and do revenue forecasting with our model by accessing industry data and benchmarks. The third step is basically creating a financial health and growth indicators. It's basically like a credit score, but it indicates a company's fundraising potential and lending potential by benchmarking their financial results to other companies in the sector. And the fourth, this is one of the potential usages of Calculate, so giving access to financing to ensure maximum funding with minimum dilution. For example, Calculate can be used as a white label platform for venture lenders and financial institutions to find potential companies to lend money to. The market size, we estimated that we have more than 10 million potential customers and more than 30 billion of addressable market. And we concentrate on the SME and mid-market sectors in the US and Western Europe. We basically are raising now our seed round, 45 million euros to expand our operations further in the US and the European Union. And we are currently based in Helsinki, Paris, and San Francisco. Thank you very much. I'm Nico from Calculate.
Thank you, Nico.
Hey, Nico. One question. For a company that's like pre-Series B, this can be very complicated and then unnecessary effort. And then post-Series C, the company would require very specific features and also have enough resources to throw more people at the problem to set up a structure to accommodate their needs. So
actually, most of our customers are between seed and Series B stage. They have revenues usually under 30 million ARR, for example, and we've created a flexible model that can be used when basically the company grows by accessing more of their financial data and creating more models in Calculate as well. So we try to basically not get to that problem of our customers growing to big and then leaving Calculate.
One small follow-up question. When you say seed to Series B, obviously price point and monetization would be bigger of a hassle, but distribution would be easier. So your business model, your core business model 3 years from now is going to become financing rather than
the first 3 products that I presented, those were SaaS. And the last product is more like a marketplace product and getting a commission on that. But then we estimate most of our revenues in the future also will come from SaaS, but time will tell.
Mm-hmm. Nico, if I must ask a question about the market. So I guess your beachhead market are SaaS company, other SaaS companies or startups at large between the stages that you described, but going beyond that, right, to more traditional businesses and companies. how do you envision the connectivity to all the sort of dispersed and distributed data sources? I always love this slide when you connect to all the sort of beautiful APIs that are available, but that's probably like a very small fraction of the market. So what is your take on the rest, which would probably represent like 90%? Is it that, you know, it's very long-term thinking and now you're not going to deal with it, or how do you want to approach this?
Well, for example, we've decided to use integration platforms for that purposes. So we, for example, can connect to 90 different US payroll software very easily. It took us about 4 days to connect to 4 different payroll software. And we have access to about 30 different accounting software across Europe and the United States. So we actually have access to hundreds of different data sources very easily. And it in some cases, in most cases, doesn't take more than a day for us to activate a data source based on the customer's needs. So we've solved the case like that. And then in the next couple of months, we have our Calculate API open for use as well. So that will further expand the connectivity as well. I do see what you mean. So that's why we've decided to work with modern companies in a couple one of them. We concentrate on SaaS at the moment, but e-commerce is the next one. We have, for example, a ready Shopify integration to use.
Got it. Thank you.
Nico, thanks for presenting Calculate, and thanks a lot to our juries for such a great questions. We're now moving to our last participant. Last but not least, we have Alexei Popov and Speech AI. So Alexei is the founder and CEO of Speech, which is an omni-channel conversational platform. Alexei, I will be sharing the deck. You can already go on mute. You can unmute yourself because we can't hear you. Right at the bottom of the screen, you'll have a mute button. Alexei, can you hear us? Yeah, you just need to unmute yourself. There is a video button, and
do you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Do you see me? Do you hear me? Do you see me?
We don't see you, but we hear you. I will switch to the presentation. Do you see my screen? Okay, so Alexei, you can start. Yeah, now we can't hear you again. And you are muted again, Alexei. Alexei, can you hear us? Yes, I think that was the right button. You should click once again. Here is the button. Alexei, maybe you can, should you just reconnect? Maybe this will help. Okay, let me switch off my screen share. As we're waiting for Alexei to maybe reconnect, I wanted to also tell a little bit about the other panels that we have today. So there will be a few more pitch sessions, and at the same time, simultaneously with pitch competition in parallel, we have a few other panels. And right now, funds post-COVID panel has just started with Asante, EIF, and IFC. So I encourage you also to maybe join the session once the Horizontal Saas panel will end. Alexei, do you hear us? We're unfortunately running out of time. Okay, guys. So in this case, I suggest we proceed with voting. You have the link in your calendar invite. Just go there and rank the startups. I will, in the meantime, share my screen just to show the results. Just confirm when you're done with voting.
I'm seeing a link with the previous session, the vertical AI.
Okay, then my colleagues will now send the voting link to the chat here.
Yeah, great.
And maybe meantime would be, I think we have already seen like two panels, vertical AI and horizontal AI, horizontal SaaS. So maybe you have some, how do you see the trends currently in both sectors? And what do you think about, in general, like verticalization in software as a service market? Because that's what we see in at least in horizontal SaaS. So there are not that many like very horizontal services. They are more focusing on some niches or like subsectors of the market.
I was actually listening to a interesting conversation this morning with the CEO of Thoma Bravo, which is very active in software acquisitions, and he was describing this acceleration that they are seeing in terms of enterprise adoption of software in the cloud, or like basically enterprise SaaS solutions, and I think it's like, probably we don't even understand how much more needs to be done in terms of adoption to get everyone on the cloud, especially in the enterprise, on the enterprise side. So I think it's still going to be very much horizontal for a long time until we get to a point where there's already most of the business processes running on the cloud, and then probably the verticalization will start. If I was to say like what's going to be the main segment or the main focus for verticalization, probably like SMB software in the various industries, right? Which probably we will see the emergence of these systems of record, or basically these operating systems for various industries being built in the cloud. are some of them already quite successful and big?
Yeah, I agree with your view. Guys, in the meantime, we have now finally got the proper link. You can see it in the chat. Please only jury members vote using this link. So you can go there and do the voting. And also let me know if it doesn't work. So for now, we see that Toki is on the first place, but this is probably was the order of how the companies were presenting. Okay, so we have the winner. It's Calculate on the first place, and Navacode, Tommy, and Toki in the following order. Okay, thank you all for participating in Horizontal Saas panel. I encourage you to also check the next panels that will follow. And also there is a very interesting track of funding funds in the post-COVID time. So otherwise, help you all for taking your time out of your Thursday, and hope to see you again.
Thank you all. Bye for now. Very nice.
Thank you all. Bye.
Thanks, guys.